Sai Ram to all of you. He belongs to Rig Veda and his Gayatri mantra, his Upakarma was yesterday. So Gayatri chanting was today. So in that process, from the morning itself, it has been running in his this thing, not mind, intuition, that he has to give something on this day, on the Gayatri mantra. And it has been for a while. Somehow it was getting delayed, but today he thought he will share certain things about this mantra, about which after listening to this, we have to see how much of this we had really understood, even while chanting the Gayatri mantra for so many years. So, Om Bhur Bhuva Swa Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonah Prachodayat. Most of the talk has been taken from Swami's talks, various talks on Gayatri Mantra, except for few things. So the general meaning goes like this: we meditate on that most adored Supreme Lord, the Creator, whose effulgence, divine light, illumines all realms. Bhur Bhuva Swaha, physical, mental and spiritual. May this divine light illumine our intellect. Word by word meaning: Om, the primeval sound; Bhur, the physical realm; Bhuva, the life force or the mental realm; Suva, the soul or the spiritual realm; Tat, Tat is the Tattvamasi, Tat, Brahman; Savitur, the sun, the source of all life. Without sunlight, nothing can survive. Varenyam, adore; Bhargo, effulgence, divine light; Devasya, Supreme Lord; Dhimahi, Dhi is Buddhi. With Buddhi, I meditate, me. Dhimahi, meditate. Dhiyo, the intellect. Yo, may this light, Naf, our. Prachodayat, illumine. Gayatri is actually, without getting into detail, because it's too much of detail, we will not get into it. Theoretical understanding, you don't have to contemplate, meditate on this. Just a theoretical understanding. It is, in Vedic parlance, it is a chandas, a meter in Vedas. For any music, for any chanting, there is a meter. Even while when the musicians compose a music for any program, any movie, any event, there is a meter with which they compose, and the lyricist has to adjust his lyrics as per the meter. Meter in crude language, if we say, the music beats. Okay, so the Gayatri meter is considered as the most refined and sacred of the Vedic mantra meters, and one that continues to be part of modern Hindu culture as part of yoga. The general scheme of the Gayatri is a stanza of 3 8-syllable lines. That is 8 musical beats. For example, if you have to convert this into beats, let us say bhar, go, de, va, sya, dhi, ma, hi, 8. Dhi, yo, naf, pra, cho, da, yat, 8. So of 8 music beats or 8 syllable lines, and most 75% of the Rig Veda they are in the Gayatri Chandas. Okay, it is enough to understand this much. Now, if we say Gayatri is only pure, it is Chandas, it is the meter in Vedas, okay, connoting how many syllable lines or how many beats, then why Gayatri mantra is being associated with Gayatri Mata? Why? See, if Swami has to come in our mind, in our thoughts, we have to take the name of Swami. It will not happen, it will seldom happen that you take the name of Ramana and Swami comes in your thoughts. It doesn't. So, the name, the sound comes first, the form comes later. Right? From sound Om, in the creation session, in so many talks in Samarpan Bhajans, this has been explained. From sound Om came space. From space came 5 elements, and from 5 elements came the form of this world. So it is the mantra first, and the potency of the mantra gives a form to a mantra. One more example. Suppose we have some fear psychosis in our mind. That fear in dream or even during waking state, while in our thoughts, the fear in our mind sometimes manifests in our mind as a lion or a snake or something dangerous like that. Okay? Exactly in the same way, the Gayatri Chandas, when chanted continuously, after the end of this talk, almost he can write and give you, with this understanding of the potency of this Gayatri mantra, with contemplation on certain aspects. The Chandas part you can leave. All others, right from now, how name gives form, shape to a form. Okay, from there you have to contemplate. After contemplating 21 times, with that clear understanding you start, you will feel the potency. You will feel that power. You will feel that energy. So, that energy, the potency of the mantras, the energy created, like from the Om the world has come, like from the fear line has come, or in our thought light, illumination, this thought is coming. From that we get a manifestation, we are able to perceive that illumination feeling in sunlight, on seeing this sun. From name, the form comes. Exactly in the same way, from the sound, Gayatri Chandas, when chanted continuously, increases the potency of the mantra multiple times. And this enhanced potency makes few of us who are more prone to form worship, makes us give a form. And there we associate Gayatri Chandas with Gayatri Mata. Actually, mother here means even the mother, even in Puttaparthi we have the Gayatri temple backside. Okay, near the round buildings. But here, even that Gayatri temple, after the understanding today, when we go and stand before the Gayatri Mata temple in the Puttaparthi, from inside what it should come, that this mother form symbolizes that this Gayatri Chandas is the mother of all Vedas. Swami endorses this revelation when he says in one of the talks, Gayatri is the mother of the Vedas. Gayatri Chandasam Mata. Swami's word. So we talked about relating Gayatri Mantra with Gayatri Mata. Now, we move to the next part. How Gayatri Mantra opens up a totally different dimension, totally different world in our spiritual path, spiritual sadhana. It is sage Vishwamitra who gave Gayatri Mantra to this world. He composed Gayatri, or you can say Gayatri Mantra from the source Vishwamitra, it came. Those who have read about Vishwamitra, there are so many things about this sage. But one thing which most of us should be knowing who read the epics and other stories, that when he was devoid of a certain status or certain recognition, he willed, and with his potency he created a totally new world for himself with the power of his tapas. So what does this Vishwamitra Rishi creating the world means? That means that he created the Gayatri Mantra. So this Gayatri Mantra, like he created a totally new world, exactly in the same way the Gayatri Mantra gives a new dimension, new world. Next, we often chant. Even in movies we see, even in stories we read, that when one is afraid, he is told, chant Gayatri 108. Your fear will go away. This is at a surface level. But we have to understand one thing. Gayatri Mantra, actually, it is okay to chant, no problem. Due to fear or due to anything, you are ending up chanting Gayatri, so it is okay. But in reality, the fear or the protection for which Gayatri Mantra we are chanting, it is not protection against from outside fear or outside forces. It is the protection against our own distraction, our own indulgence, our own unstoppable monkey mind. For that protection, we have to chant Gayatri. For example, like Sahana Bhavatu, like Purnamada Purnamidam, it is a Shantipat for some of the Upanishads. There are 3-4 kinds of Upanishads categories, and for each category there is a Shantipat. So, for one of that category, like Purnamada Purnamidam is for one category. We will not get into detail because those details are not that important for what we are trying to arrive today. One of the Shanti part is, it starts with the line, Om Badram Karanaibihi Shruniyam Deva. That means, O Devas, may we hear with our ears what is auspicious. Now, we have to understand one thing. For us to be able to hear all auspicious things with our ears, for the environment to be auspicious around us, first of all, we have to be auspicious. First of all, we have to be pure within ourselves. Then only we will be equipped to catch the Mangala or the auspiciousness around us. If we are pure within, then only we are capable of hearing Badram Karanaibihi Shruniyam Deva. We are capable of hearing auspicious things around us. If we are impure within us, auspicious things may be, somebody may be chanting, somebody may be singing, something auspicious may be going on. Still, we will not be able to hear. So, when we pray, may we hear with our ears what is auspicious. It is actually the prayer to render ourselves auspicious, so that we are potent enough, capable enough to hear, not to miss the auspicious things around us. So, it is the inner purity, or it is the inner protection from the vagaries of the mind, which is more important, relevant here when we say Gayatri Mantra is to protect. Okay. Now, the three important stages in the Gayatri Mantra. Swami says, I quote, the Gayatri has three parts: praise, meditation and prayer. First, the divine is praised, then it is meditated upon in reverence, and lastly, an appeal is made to the divine to dispel the darkness of ignorance and to awaken this and strengthen the intellect. Dhimahi is related to the meditative aspect. Dhiyo yonaf prachodayat relates to the aspect of the prayer for illumination. Chanting of Gayatri Mantra purifies the mind and confers devotion and detachment and wisdom. And now, what are these three parts Swami is talking about? Praise, meditation and prayer. The praise is Tat Savitur Varenyam. The meditation part is Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi. The illumination or the experience or the wisdom part is Dhiyo Yonaf Prachodayat. Now let us go one by one. Tat Savitur. Praise. Tat is that Brahman. Savitur is the sun. Reverence to the sun, Savitur, which symbolizes Tat, Brahman. How, in what aspect Tat or that or pure consciousness or pure canvas or Brahman is related to Savitur, because it is the sun which illumines this creation. And it is one of the Swarupa Lakshanas of Brahman, Satyam Jnanam Anantam. In that, one of the Lakshanas is Jnanam, self-illumining. So, in this respect, in this relevance, the Tat is equated with Savitur. The Brahman is equated with the sun. Swami says, for every kind of power, Proof may be sought by direct perception or by the process of inference. Men sought to find out by what direct proof they could experience this transcendental power. They found the proof in the sun. Without the sun, there will be no light at all. And without the jnana or the awareness, there can be no awareness in our eyes, there can be no awareness in our ears, no awareness in our mind, intellect, prana, all panchakoshas. We have proven that, and we were very clear on through the Satchit Pur. So, sun represents Tat, the supreme consciousness, the supreme illumination. So the first part is reverence, Varenyam. Reverence to that supreme principle which I revere in its manifest form, as, like we say, the sound comes and the experience, the name comes and the Sarupa Lakshana of the Brahman comes first, and then we revere the incomprehensible, unknowable Brahman through a manifest known form of Brahman, which is Aditya, Sun, Savitur. So, first part, what Swami, luckily, fortunately for Gayatri Mantra exposition, he got everything through Swami's speech. And let him share with you, for any of the Upanishad talks, for any of the talks, he searches first. He does undergo it, and the process undergoes a search, and wherever he is able to take, he picks up. Like for all these Shat Sampat, he has got from Sutravahini. Okay, if for some of the things he is not able to get in the first or the second search, so he is not able to get the reverence. Here 100%, 90%. The Vishwamitra part, all those things is not covered in the, or the Chandas part, Swami has not dealt with detail, but all other things are flowing from Swami's talks. So, Swami told the first part is praise. The praise is Tat Savitur Varenyam. Varenyam is reverence. Reverence to that supreme principle which I revere in its manifest form as Savitur, sun. Next comes Swami, what he has told? He has told next is meditation part. Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi. And word by word meaning what we understood, Bhargo, effulgence, divine light. Devasya, Supreme Lord. Dhimahi, meditate. Mahi, my Dhi, Buddhi, with my Buddhi, Sattvic Buddhi, I meditate. Upon that supreme principle, Devasya, which is grand, bright, Bhargo, grand, bright. Bhargo, with my intellect I meditate. Dhi, Buddhi, Mahi, my. Now the reverence has given way to meditation. How beautifully this goes and gets connected to the otherwise exposition for in 7-8 talks in Southern on realization through the path of devotion, Atmanivedanam series talks, which is now available in the YouTube uploads. There also we started with adoration, attraction, adoration, and then we reached the single pointed devotion. That adoration worship is, adoration attraction is the Tatsavitur part, Varenyam part of it here. And that single pointed devotion is the Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi part of it. How beautiful. How everything comes together as a garland as we evolve spiritually. Then comes the third part. Third part, Swami says, illumination. Okay, wisdom. experience. Dhiyo yonaf prachodayat. Dhiyo, the intellect, yo, may this light, naf, our prachodayat, illumine. What does this mean? May the supreme light, that pure consciousness, worshipped as Savitur's son, meditated upon as that principle, illumine our, very important, it doesn't say illumine my. Diyo yo naf, nah or naf, that is our. Illumine our Dhiyo intellect. Now where we have gone in the adoration part, the love, supreme love for God expands as love for the entire creation. The entire creation, our love has encompassed or pervaded the entire creation. Here the prayer, the meditation takes the form of getting the entire, all-pervading entire creation along with us, together with us. Unity, perfect unity has been accomplished, where we say Dhiyo yonaf prachodayat. It doesn't say only let my buddhi get illuminated, our intellect, where we say samasta loka sukhino bhavantu. Okay, how beautifully we have. First we adored individually, then we meditated individually. At the climax of our meditation, we have gone to the level where we say, let the entire world, Dhiyo yo naf prachodayat, let all be illumined. Swami's line, love is expansion. My life is expansion. Expansion is my life. How beautiful. So, at this stage, definitely the form of the Gayatri Mata or our individual prayer, when we pray to the Gayatri Mata, probability is that we will be praying for ourselves. All that has gone. The limitedness of the sun has gone. Everything has become universal now. There is no more selfishness left in the Gayatri Mantra. No, give me this, give me that, protect me from this. No, beyond the ego. The prayer, culmination of our meditation on that principle which we revered, it has taken to the universal level, all pervasive. Purusha eva idam sarvam, Isha vasyam idam sarvam, Narayana eva idam sarvam. All pervasiveness, expansion, let the entire world be illumined. So there are three parts or three stages explained by Swami. Or adoration, Tat Savitur, Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi, meditation, and culminating or the avadhi of this meditation is Dhiyo yonaf prachodayat. Let it illumine one and all. We often read this abbreviation, we say, to say that the Sai organization or the Sai movement or the Sai movement, it takes all the three parts, karma, jnana, bhakti. We say Sai means serve, S, serving, A, adoring, I, illumining, we say. Right? I think this is what we mean. If it is not like that, at least for our understanding, let us take serve, adore, illumine, S-A-I, Sai. Now, in the Gayatri Mantra, except for the last, illumination cannot be taken to the next level, because illumination is the ultimate level. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahman, pure awareness, Jnanam. Beyond that, Satyam, beyond the Satyam Jnanam Anantam, there cannot be any other Swarupa Lakshana of Brahman. We cannot define Brahman in any other better way. Okay? But here you see, the Sarv has, when it comes to Gayatri Mantra, it has gone to the next level, adore. Because Tat Savitur Varenyam, adoration. There, the adoration in the Sai part, adoration, it has gone to the next level, meditation. Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi. And I, illumination remains illumined. But again, here also one step we have moved ahead, because from illumining myself, it has gone to illumining the entire world. Diyo Yonah Prachodaya. How beautiful. How beautiful. Why will I not chant? Why will one not chant Gayatri Mantra daily? At least 21 times, if not 108 times. When each time they just, like the rasa of the gulab jamun is filled in every inch, every portion, iota of the gulab jamun. When your heart, your inner core of your heart is filled with this meditative understanding of this mantra, when we say Tat Savitur Varenyam, we really mean that Tat Savitur Varenyam. Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi, with this entire understanding, we mean that Diyo Yonah Prachodayat, ultimate illumination. With every Gayatri Mantra chanting, at that point of time chanting, you are realized soul. With this deeper contemplation. How beautiful. Now, we left the starting Bhur Bhuva Swaha. Okay. Swami has said, Gayatri Mantra refers to the body materialization, the life force vibration, and the soul radiation. Bhur means earth, which is nothing but the combination of materials. This denotes the human body, which is also a combination of materials. Bhuva means life force, which makes the body vibrate. Swa means the Prajnana Shakti, which sustains the life force. This Prajnana Shakti is known as constant integrated awareness. Now, there are a couple of ways to understand this. When we have understood the Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi and Diyo Yonah Prachodayat, we mean, with the clarity given by Swami, in all the three aspects of all of us, the entire creation, the material, the life force, the prajnana, let all stands prachodayat, illumined. Or we can say, the material as well as the life force with reference to Tat Savitur, that, meditating on that, the life force and the material, the Bhur and Bhuva, that culminates into that Swa, which Swami says as radiation or constant integrated awareness. It doesn't stop there. This is the shorter version of Gayatri Mantra. When in the Upakarma or in the Tarpanam, when we are asked to do Achamaniyam, what we do, we go to the longer version. There we say Om Bhur, Om Bhuvaha, Om Swaha, Om Maha, Om Janaha, Om Tapaha, Om Satyam. Okay. Then we go to Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi. Then we say Oma Jyotirasaha Amritam Brahma Bhurbhavasvaram. What does this denote? In the context of the clarity of the understanding which we have got about the Tat Savitur Varenyam and Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi and Diyo Yonah Prachodayat, in the elaborated, the longer version of the Gayatri Mantra, When we expand this, maybe instead of bringing all the 8 dimensions, they condensed all of them, and as a representation of the 8, they limited to in the shorter abridged version, they kept only Bhurbhuvasva. Okay. So, what is the understanding when we go to the longer version? How the dimension changes. This is the ultimate of the ultimate. What is that? See, Om Bhu. The prefixing of Om is very important here. In Achamaniyam we say Om Bhu, Om Bhuha, Om Swaha, Om Maha, Om Janaha, Om Tapaha, Om Satyam, Om Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi, Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Okay. Then we say, after the Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat, in the end, we say Omapaha, Jyotirasaha, Amritam Brahma, Bhurbhavasvarom, Bhurbhavasvarom, Bhurbhavasvarom. Okay. What is this? Om Bhu. Meditate. Om is in me. In what all sense? When we say Om Bhu, Om is what I am. Om Bhuva, Om is what I sense at mind level. Om Swaha is what I do. Om Maha, Om is what I feel. Om Janaha, Om is what I create. Om Tapaha, Om is in what I think. Om Satyam, ultimate. Om is in what I know as the ultimate knowledge, knowing which entire all other things in the creation is known. Okay. Or in another dimension, Bhur, physical existence, Bhuva, flowing liquid, Swa, energies, Maha, emotion, Jana, creative generation, Tapa, intuition, Brahma, Satyam, absolute truth. So, now comes the actual essence. When we go to the longer version of the Gayatri, after the adoration, meditation, illumination has happened, from there when we catch to the longer version of the Achamaniyam part of the Gayatri, in every 8 components we are asserting Om. What is Om? Om is the Shabda Brahman. Om is experiencing Brahman as Shabda, as sound. Because we know by now that was the first primordial sound, first sound which is equated in science to the Big Bang theory, cosmic vibration. So, Om is the Brahman experienced as Shabda. And what I am saying when I say in the longer version, Bhuvaha, Bhuvaha, Swaha, Maha, Janaha, Tapa, Satyam, I am repeating Om. This is also me. Bhu is me, the pure consciousness. Om, pure consciousness. Bhuvaha, Om, so pure consciousness. Swaha, Om. Om is coming. Om Bhur, Om Bhuvaha, Om Swaha, Om Maha, Om Janaha, Om Tapaha, Om Satyam. So 8 times in every Gayatri, after the illumination part of it, prayer, adoration, meditation, I am asserting myself again and again. That is why perhaps so many times in the Upakarma, so many times we are asked to do the Achamaniyam. Every time we are reminding ourselves that I am that, I am that, I am that. Om Bhu, Om Bhuva, Om Swa, Om Maha, Om Jana. Om is what I am, Om is what I sense, Om is what I do, Om is what I feel, Om is what I create, Om is what I think, and ultimately Om is what I know as I am. You are not to be left in the longer version of Gayatri. Along with that, we will say, after this is finished, then we will say Om Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. And when we say Om Apo Jyoti Rasam Amritam Brahma Bhur Bhuva Swar Om. What does it mean? I am part of Om. Apo, I bathe in Om. Jyoti, Om. In Om's light. Raso, in the essence of what? Amritam, of immortality. And Brahma, creative power. Bhur, Bhuva, Swaram. What I am, Bhur. What I sense, Bhuva. What I do, Swa. Are all part of Om, the pure consciousness. I am part of Om. I bathe Om in Om light, in the Om essence, Raso, Amritam, immortality, creative power, Brahman. What I am, Bhur, what I sense, Bhuva, what I do, Swa, are all part of, because Bhur, Bhuva, Swar, Om. It ends with Om. All are part of that Om. Om is what? Shabda Brahman, consciousness. What more can he say of this Gayatri Mantra? It is not the number which counts. All philosophies, all the Vedantic truths, all the greater secrets have been reduced to ritualistic prayer. That is where is the limitation. And this reducing to the ritualism is human part. We have to recite Gayatri with this clarity, with this understanding. He cannot say bet will be a very crude word. He can almost promise you, dear all, you meditate, you contemplate, make a note, and with this clarity, you chant slowly, because Tat Savitur Varenyam has to be, when you say like 1008 names, when you say that 1008 names, the significance of that, every time you have to reach to that Bhagavan, Sri Satya Sai, ultimately. You should not stop anywhere in between. So when we say, with this understanding, with this clarity, with this contemplation, Tat Savitur Varenyam, the Tat Brahman Savitur, I am meditating on that supreme principle in the manifest form as sunshine, and I revere that. And that reverence goes from the manifest sun to the unmanifest Tat. The whole essence has to come in when we chant this part of the Gayatri Mantra. Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi. That grand, now you expand on the expansiveness, the grandeur of the sun, Bhargo. Okay, upon that grand illumined sunlight, sun. What is that sun? Ultimately, it is the manifested form which you have given for meditation purpose to the unmanifest Brahman. Upon that I meditate. The entire sense of meditation has to come in when we say Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi. Dhiyo yonaf prachodayat. You have to take Laval Sarval. We have to take the entire, we have to spread our arms and hug and caress and take the entire humanity with us symbolically and say, let the whole world, samasta loka sukhino bhavantu, let the whole world be prachodayat, illumined. If this has to be coming, then how we have to chant? Orthodox rituals time 1008, Panditji has told, office time is there 9 o'clock, to hell with the office, don't go. Or you compromise, chant 21 times, tell Panditji, I can tell, but do justice. Counting by fingers, one more post room, it is not going to work out like this. You are missing the whole. You don't even change your Janevu. You don't even chant Gayatri like that. It is nothing. It is a part of the Rig Veda, and whatever understanding we have got, it is nothing less than core Vedanta, core Upanishads today. The core essence in the whole thing is Tat. Tattvamasi. It is the Tat as the Tattvamasi. It is the Brahma as the Aham Brahmasmi. It is the Brahma or the Prajnanam Brahma. It is the Brahma of the Sarvam Kalavidam Brahma. Kaluvidam Brahma. It is Tat. And that I am Amritam Brahma Bhor Bhavas Arom Om I am. I am that. I am that. Expression ends. He can't express anymore. With this clarity, with this contemplation, first time when you take, now Gayatri has to become a regular part of your life. Ladies or gents or children. With this understanding, with this depth of understanding, not as a ritual, because Pandits have told, our grandparents have told, not like that. And in the same ritualistic pattern, we force others also to chant, not in that way, with this contemplated essence. When you start, his request would be, first time, switch on Swami chanting Gayatri Mantra. 9 times chant with Swami, or 21 times chant with Swami. And then let this be aligned with our breathing. Hari Om. That's all.
तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्।